If you are launching a clothing brand, this video can save you a whole lot of money, lot of heartburn when you see your product which is not as per what you expected, as well as a lot of wasted time that you spend in redoing your samples and relooking at production. Hi, my name is Rakesh, and in this video, I'm going to address 5 aspects of manufacturing that very often founders miss out on or ignore, and that costs a lot. So let's get started. So first aspect is complete tech pack. Now when I say complete tech pack, what do I mean by that? People often think that if they give a sketch and some basic measurements, that's a tech pack. Even if you're giving details of hardware, that's all there is to it. But tech pack is much more than that. Tech pack is more like a blueprint when you're going for construction of a building. That where the doors are going to be there, where the windows will be, where the plumbing will be, where the electrical wires will go, everything has to be specified. Now, if you send a sketch and you expect the factory to make things out of that sketch without specifying that what exactly shape you want, what fit you want, they will not get it. One of the founder was sharing with me that they sent tech pack of a shirt to a factory which had a box pleat at the back, and they did not specify that they needed the box pleat depth to be 1 inch. What they received was half an inch depth of the box pleat. So imagine their frustration. They had to go through and do it all over again. So tech pack must have all the specifics, how the shapes and contours are going to be achieved in making of a sample, what kind of fabric, what kind of stitching, all the hardware, all the embellishments, everything has got to be mentioned in the tech pack, and people miss out on it. Now the second aspect is you got your tech pack and you send it for making the sample. The factory develops the samples and sends it back to you. You are very excited. Founders, more often than not, take emotional decisions when they see their first sample. Well, apart from the emotional aspect, the wearer's aspect has got also to be looked at. That when somebody is going to wear that garment, how are they going to feel? Is it comfortable? Is it comfortable when they are sitting? Is it comfortable when they are standing? When they are bending down? When they are raising their arms? Nobody checks on that. And that creates mischief later on. And people don't even check the quality of the fabric or the sample. Is it color fast? Or when you are washing the sample, color is running on another garment. Is it that shrinkage is under control, like less than 2%? I've heard from founders that once they receive their bulk merchandise, the production shrinks almost 2 to 3 inches. Now imagine what will happen to those kind of product. You are going to get them back, all returned. Now the third aspect, you got your tech pack right, you got your sample right, and then comes the third aspect. And the third aspect is, what factory are you selecting to launch and make your product? Are you basing your selection on the basis of prices? That somebody offered you $10, another offered you $8, you go with the $8 factory? Well, it may not be a wise decision, because selecting a factory has got to be done more on the reliability factor rather than the price factor. Anybody can give you a cheap price, but so will be their service and the quality. And not necessarily. But if you look at the factory's background, have they been regular on their deliveries to their other customers? Are they producing the kind of product that you want them to develop? then only there is a chance that you will have good service, good quality, and on time delivery from them, not otherwise. So think before taking a decision based on price only. Now, if you got your factory and you place order for bulk production, what's important is to inspect, which generally people do the inspection when the entire bulk lot is ready. At that point of time, if something is missed out on, what can you do? You have no choice either to compromise. You may take some bit of discounts and all that, but ultimately it is not what you actually wanted to sell. And if your customers know it, you will have returns. So the best thing is check inspect the goods at least at 4 stages. First stage is the fabric stage. In the fabric stage, if the fabric is consistent throughout all the rolls, is the color fastness there for all the rolls and shrinkage less than 2% in all the rolls? Important to check. And if it is so, after that, when the cutting is done, is the cutting as per the sizing that you have given? And not there is no mix up. That large size has body parts of small size. In during cutting, sometimes the layers get skewed. So you'll have skewed parts. Or maybe some part in the same layer are bigger and some parts are smaller. Checking that is very, very critical and important for you to get the right kind of product. And the third stage is when the production begins and it is in the middle. You got to check the initial production if it is as per the sample that you got approved. And factories that are they following that? And if you do these 3 stages, then doing the final inspection when the entire lot is ready will make sense, because then you can expect the least problems. But do inspect so that you don't miss out on anything. And if factory is missing out on anything, it can be taken care of. So that's the fourth aspect. And now that you have got all these taken care of, we come to the fifth aspect. And the fifth aspect is placement of order. Have you placed order based on a trial that you have done with your clients and customers? Or are you doing it based on your gut feeling? You may place huge quantities because the factory is not ready to manufacture less than that. Well, find a factory that can manufacture the quantity which is suitable for you to launch and test it out in the market. And the factory can scale your production once you are ready for it. It's important. I've heard founders sharing that they are left with 60 to 70% unsold inventory. Their money blocked. They cannot invest in the future orders. And they think of shutting down. So place the order of the colors, the sizes, the quantities that you have tested out with your customers. Build up that system, and the chances are you will have success. Well, this is all for this video. I'll be taking up more aspects in the next video. And my invitation is that if you haven't subscribed and you find these information useful, subscribe now. Also, if you are dealing with any situation of this kind, say it in the comments box. I'll respond to you. Also, if you like the video, do mark the like and share it with others. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.